we can change our way from the World Cup. Yes, I said it. 2020 FIFA World Cup, Qatar is right there. It ain't even around the corner. You're seeing the door, you're seeing the house. It's like, all right, time to head in. This is the 22nd edition of the FIFA World Cup. It's really supposed to be 24, but history happened and World War II took place, and we missed the 1942 and the 1946 edition. Everybody is gearing up for the start of the World Cup and the end of the World Cup, which is the grand final that will be taking place on December the 18th. And the World Cup kicks off on November the 20th. Straight from the top, we will be looking at the groups and analyzing the teams that will be participating in this year's edition of FIFA World Cup. So stick around, man, and let's get this thing started. So let's kick it off. FIFA World Cup contains 32 teams, which are all divided into 8 groups. A, 2, I know my alphabet, boy, G. yeah. A to G. All right. So let's break down these groups, and you can make your assumptions. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat what teams I think going to make it, and later down in other segments, I'm going to break down the teams that I believe are going to make it out of the groups into the group of 16 and who have the potential to reach the finals on the 18th of December. So let me start here now. So Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal and Netherlands. Now looking at this group, it might seem like a foregone conclusion that Senegal and Netherlands are the 2 teams that will progress. Netherlands boasts the likes of De Ligt, the likes of De Jong, the likes of Depay. Looking at the top players that Netherlands have, you're thinking, for obvious reasons, that they are going to top the group. They are going to come out at number 1. And looking at Senegal, who right now is sweating. They are literally sweating. I even heard one of the chairs of FIFA for that region, for the AFCON region, saying that they're going to call all the spiritual leaders to actually come and just try and put some healing on Sadio Mane, because honest to God, I don't want a World Cup without Sadio Mane. He has worked very hard to be there. He has proven to be one of the top players of our generation, and Senegal, not only him, but relies on him as a leader, as somebody who has experienced it all. They would need him in a competition like this. So I am praying, just like every other Senegalese, I'm praying that he makes it to the squad, if not for the first game, at least for the second game, right? So let's keep an eye out on that. But I'm saying that to say this: if you're thinking that Netherlands and Senegal is going to just run away with this group, think again. There's a side called Ecuador. Ecuador, in the qualification period, gave Brazil and Argentina a hard time. They are not an easy side. They are a very organized side, well oiled. They know where their strengths are, and they come at you when that time comes. So write them off at your peril. But I will just lean to the favorites, because on paper, Senegal and Netherlands, you know, they have the more recognized players in the top leagues in the world. So I'll give them that. Group B: England, Iran, USA and Wales. What can I say? What can I say? This is such a geopolitical group. If you look at it from the standpoint of the USA and England and ties with Iran, and you know, you could get into it real deep. But this is a group, I'm not lying to say, I am supporting Iran 110%, 110%, no doubt about it. Big respect to Wales and Bale. You know, I don't know how far Bale could carry Wales. I'm not rhyming, right? I'm not trying to rhyme. England, on paper, is the top team, is the top side, the side to beat, and should be top in their group, with the fight of the next 3 behind, right? You're not looking at them as any great team. I'm seeing the USA have players who play in the top leagues, but I'm not seeing much cohesion in the last couple of matches. England and Iran are really rooting for Iran. Don't ask me who the Iran players are. I don't know them, but yeah, I think it will be a nice story, something to uplift the nation, and that is what football is about, right? Bringing hope to those that didn't have or don't have. So I am cheering on for Iran in Group B. Group C, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Okay, first up, I ain't even going to talk about Argentina. We know for sure, I reckon everything down on that bet, Argentina top in this group. I'll get into Argentina team a little later down, but for now, let me put them on the top of the group. Now this group is all about the second spot, right? The runners-up spot. And we're looking at Mexico and Poland. Saudi Arabia, just like Qatar, have players who mostly play at home. I don't see anything special about them. They are a fighting team, and they actually play nice football. But when it comes to finishing and defending, I don't really know them to be top finishers, at least against the elite. Mexico is a seasoned team at the World Cup, and they know how to compete. They actually have a great chance of going forward into the round of 16, but you just can't write off Poland with Lewandowski. Ouch! If a ball fall too close to him in the box, that is it. Write your check and go. Lewandowski is very deadly, and if he gets the service that he needs, a lot of teams will be in danger. So Poland, Mexico, I'm not going to separate them too much, but I will give Mexico the edge just a little bit because they are accustomed being at the tournament. Group D, France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. This group seems pretty simple on paper. This group I ain't writing down in stone because Denmark have actually defeated France twice, I think this year. But I'm still going to give France the benefit of the doubt to top this group. They have too much talent not to at least top the group. Tano second, they're going to get out of this group. So I'm just like Argentina, I'm putting France one side, and let's figure out who is going to come in second in this group. You have Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. Denmark, really beautiful story. Christian Eriksen playing after such a horrific sight in the Euros 2 years ago. Yeah, that was epic, and you know, to see him actually playing for a top club in a top league running is, I think for him, is a blessing every game that he plays. So it's such a great story, and I wouldn't want to discontinue that story at this point in time. So I will actually go for Denmark to come in second, but Tunisia do have a great side. They have players that play in Europe. Not off the back of my head, I remember them, but I think Denmark might be a force too strong for them. Looking at France and Denmark, 1-2. Group E, Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. Now, let me tell you something. Don't take it for granted that Japan and Costa Rica is in this group and you figure Spain and Germany is going to run away with this, right? On paper, everything on paper right now, Spain and Germany should take this group. But Japan is a running side. They are very creative, they are very energetic, and they bring it to you. And once you can beat the press, once you can keep the focus, you can defeat them, but it won't be a pushover as you know you would think it would have been like Saudi Arabia or one of those countries. Japan actually do play good football. So, and Costa Rica CONCACAF side, they have good footballers. I wouldn't rate this team as the past Costa Rican teams with Juan Chope and those guys, but nevertheless they are still a good team. They are still a real good team, at least in the CONCACAF region, and you really can't write them off. They have talented players, they fight for each other. You can see that in all their games, they're always there, and they have a slight chance. Even if it's at 1%, hey, they'll take it. But looking at Spain and Germany, what I have to say about them in terms of not being fully confident, not in them playing good, but they each don't have a deadly striker this tournament, so they'll have to make up for that with their midfield. And comparing the two teams, Germany midfield delivers more goal, so I'm going to go with Germany to top this group. Spain second. Group F: Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. Fair enough, good group. Seems like a balanced group. No, seems like a balanced group. Belgium with their aging golden generation. I think this is the last push for Hazard and De Bruyne. Could be wrong. They could prove me wrong 4 years down the road. So be it, no problem. But Belgium have it to win this group. I think Lukaku has been included in the squad, so he'll be coming back, say by game 2, game 3, and hopefully by game 2 they would have won their first 2 games, able to rest some big players, and Lukaku get a run out, and they go into the next rounds. So I'm giving Belgium the top of this group. Croatia could be second. Yeah, why not? Luka Modric still purring like a kitten, running the route, performing at the highest of levels with Real Madrid. I mean, what can you say about this guy? He's aging like fine wine. No, really? Yeah. So I'm looking out for Croatia to come in second, but just Canada, I believe, might be without their talisman. What's his name? Davies. Yeah, it might be without Davies. It's a big blow because he actually gives them at least a third of their attacking output on that left hand flank there. But we'll wait and see. I didn't look at their team sheets if it has been released already, so we never know. But I'm putting this in the hands of Belgium and Croatia. We'll have to pay attention. Morocco, a good side, not a bad side, but not seeing where they can get the best of Belgium, neither Croatia. Group G, Group G. You know, there's my Group G. This is my Group G. Who else at the top of this group? Let me say it feel loud and proud. Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. Loud and proud, Brazil to win the group. So I move them on the side here. I ain't even want to talk about them right now. I'm going to talk about them a little later down. We'll keep the cream for the top. Coming in second, the runners up in this group. Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon were defeated by Brazil at the international break prior, and they were made to look very ordinary. Cameroon is normally a very dynamic side, a side that is able to run, get about the pitch, show some physicality, and show promise going forward. But compared to Switzerland, they're not as organized. Switzerland is a much better organized unit, a better team, right? They play to their strengths, which is the organization, and they are able to break real fast with Shaqiri and others. So saying that against Serbia do have a good team, very strong, very physical. I don't think even Brazil don't want to give them too much free kicks and corners because they can hurt you. But I'll put Switzerland just to edge them out. Just because I think Switzerland is a more balanced team, front to back. Group H: Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. Portugal, I want to push them to the side of, top in the group, check done, sign, and deposited. Something about Portugal just like England, having top players but unable to really show it consistently and really be the proactive team. But on paper, there's no denying it. Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup, it's nice saying last, but I don't know where Cristiano could say I making it run until the next one. I don't know. Good luck to him with that. But this may be his last World Cup, and on paper, I will put them on the top of the group, winning it. As far as second place, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. South Korea, just like, sorry to say, the Asian sides are very, very energetic, very direct, play neat football, very attractive football. And South Korea, I believe, will have Hu Min-sung, which is a big boost. I believe he picked up an injury. I'll have to check that. But with him up front, they have a clinical finisher. He's very deadly in front of goal, very consistent. Uruguay will be relying on the main man himself, Suarez, and the grafter and the workhorse Cavani. I guess him play last time at the World Cup. These two guys are very experienced. Once they get the service, they can punish you. It depends on Uruguay midfield, because they do have a good backline. Midfield with Freddy Valverde, if he takes his Real Madrid form and bring it forward into the national team for this World Cup, they can really progress forward and do some damage in the competition. Maybe not win it, but they can do some damage. Ghana, similar to Cameroon, something with the African sides, sometimes they lack that discipline and that organization. Only Senegal in the last couple of years I have seen really stepped up and show that consistency and that discipline. So Ghana, even though they have top players who play in Europe and about, I'm not seeing them topping Uruguay if Uruguay really bring the A game and their experienced players are able to pass on the knowledge and do the damage that they can. So for this group, on paper, as of now, before a ball even kick, don't hold me to it, Portugal and Uruguay 1-2. I just want to thank you for joining me, sticking with me through this segment. I hope you come back later when we discuss and break down the big teams. Make sure to like, make sure to share, make sure to subscribe. Yeah, later. And is that